This is the story of Maria the One-Legged Cow, a helping adventure by Stephen L. White. Once upon a time in a city called Indio, there was a cow, and her name was Ana Maria Lopez Ruiz Gutierrez. She liked to be called Maria. But Maria had only one leg, so everyone called her Maria the One-Legged Cow. Maria the One-Legged Cow was white and black and brown. Maria the One-Legged Cow lived on a farm owned by Farmer Eugene and his lovely wife Edith. Maria the One-Legged Cow loved leaving her home in the barn and going into the pasture to chase rabbits or chickens or sheep or goats or just about any of the animals that were in the pasture. Maria the One-Legged Cow would catch the other animals because she was an expert when it came to hopping. She could really hop up and down. Maria the One-Legged Cow could hop very high. She could hop very far, and she was the best hopper anyone ever saw. Can you hop on one leg? One day, Salvador the cat with no tail. Yes, Salvador the cat had no tail. Isn't that interesting? Can you imagine a cat with no tail? One day, Salvador the cat with no tail decided to go on an adventure. Salvador didn't listen to his mom, his dad, or his teachers when they told him to stay around the house. He left anyway. Salvador ran past a very deep ravine and over a mountain and out into the country and up into the mountain until he came to a town called Joshua Tree. Salvador the cat with no tail had traveled very far from home. While he was in Joshua Tree, he said, "I'm a little tired. I think I will climb into a tree and rest for a while." After a long while, Salvador the cat with no tail woke and found himself very high up in a tree. When Salvador looked down, he saw that the tree was surrounded by cactus and very sharp rocks. He was very frightened. Salvador the cat with no tail didn't know what to do. He couldn't jump down because he might land onto the cactus or might hit the very sharp rocks. What would happen to Salvador the cat with no tail if he landed on the sharp rocks or in the cactus? Oh no! Can you say, "Oh no"? Salvador the cat with no tail was in really big trouble. Do you know why Salvador the cat with no tail was in really big trouble? Well, he was in trouble because he didn't stay around the house like his mom and dad told him to do, and because he was too high in the tree now and he couldn't get down. What do you think Salvador should do? That's right. He took out his cell phone and called to Farmer Gene to ask for help. Salvador wanted to go back to the farm where he lived. But when he called, there was no one home except for Carlos the chicken. Carlos the chicken quickly answered the phone. Salvador told Carlos the chicken where he was and what had happened to him. He told Carlos the chicken that he had wandered very far from home and now he was stuck up in a tree and he couldn't get down. Salvador the cat with no tail asked Carlos the chicken, please come and help him get down from the tree so he could get home. But Carlos the chicken could not come to help because he didn't have his glasses and he couldn't see which way to go to help. Just then, Maria the One-Legged Cow happened to hop by. Carlos the chicken said, "Maria, please come and help." So Carlos the chicken told Maria that Salvador was stuck on the treetop. Maria said, "I can help. I can go help Salvador the cat with no tail and bring him home safely." Maria the One-Legged Cow began to hop. First little hops, then bigger, longer and higher and longer and further hops until in just about 4 minutes she was at the tree where Salvador the cat with no tail was sitting. Salvador was sitting all the way to the top of the tree. Salvador the cat with no tail was so happy to see Maria the One-Legged Cow. Maria the One-Legged Cow said to Salvador, "You just hold on. I'm going to hop up really, really, really high, and you can jump onto my back, and I will get you down from that tree." So Maria the one-legged cow began to hop and hop and hop until she almost touched the sky. Then she hopped next to the tree, and Salvador the cat with no tail jumped onto the back of Maria the one-legged cow. Maria hopped all the way back to the farm with Salvador the cat with no tail on her back. Everyone was happy to see that Salvador the cat with no tail was home safe. Everyone cheered for Maria the one-legged cow. So you see, it doesn't matter what color you are or how many legs you have. You can help and be a hero too, just like Maria the one-legged cow. The end of this story.